Hello everyone, we're going to learn about angle relationships today. This lesson is coming from our Springboard Course 2 book in lesson 13.1. Here are our terms for this unit: angle, vertex, complementary angles, complement, supplementary angles, supplement, and adjacent angles. Two rays with a common endpoint form an angle. The common endpoint is called the vertex. Here are rays, and this is the vertex. Angles are measured in degrees and can be classified by their relationship to the angle measures of 0 degrees, 90 degrees, and 180 degrees. What angle measures characterize an acute angle, a right angle, an obtuse angle, and a straight angle? Let's look at this chart together. An acute angle measures more than 0 degrees but less than 90 degrees. A right angle measures exactly 90 degrees. Right angles are formed by perpendicular lines. These two lines called perpendicular lines, they intersect at 90 degrees. An obtuse angle measures more than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. A straight angle measures 180 degrees. Straight angles are formed by rays that lie on a line, as you can see here. Okay? Some angle relationships have special names. Two angles are complementary if the sum of their measures is 90 degrees. Two angles are supplementary if the sum of their measures is 180 degrees. Supplementary and complementary angles do not have to be adjacent, or we can say share a vertex inside or next to each other, but they can be. Here they're next to each other. Here they're not. You can see they're not here. Let's do an example. Name pairs of angles that form complementary or supplementary angles. Justify your choices. Let's give you guys a minute. Let's see if you can figure it out. Okay, let's start with complementary angles. Angles in A and G are complementary because 37 degrees plus 53 degrees is 90 degrees. Angles in D and E are also complementary because 31 degrees plus 59 degrees will be 90 degrees. Okay, let's write them down. So we said D, first A and G, and the reason is 37 degrees plus 53 degrees will be 90 degrees. And then D and E, again, 31 degrees plus 59 degrees will be 90 degrees. Okay, now let's check out supplementary. Oops. Okay, angles in B and F are supplementary because 90 degrees plus 90 degrees will be 180 degrees. Angles in A and H are also supplementary because 37 degrees plus 143 degrees will be 180 degrees. So B and F and we said A and H. Okay, well done. Let's move on to the next question. In a pair of complementary angles, each angle is the complement of each other. In a pair of supplementary angles, each angle is the supplement of each other. The other. Supplement of the other. Okay, let's look at this one. Oops, here we go. Find the complement and or supplement of each angle, or explain why it is not possible. Let's start with 32 degrees first. So if I call the complement or supplement as x, then I can create an equation. 32 plus x must be 90 degrees for the complement. Then let's subtract 32 from both sides, and x will be 58 degrees from here. Okay, so that is complement of 32 degrees. Now let's do the same thing for the supplement. Let's call this time supplement y, so it's easier to remember. So 32 plus y should be 180. If you subtract 32 from both sides, from here y will be 148 degrees. So the supplement of 32 degrees is 148 degrees. Okay, so let's move on to B. 113 plus x must be 90. Is it possible? No, right? So it cannot be negative. So that's why we're going to say it is not possible to get a complement of 113. But can we get supplement? Yes, we can. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we will say then 113 plus x. Oh, we said y for the supplement. So 113 plus y must be 180. Subtract 113 from both sides, and y will be 67 degrees. So the supplement of 113 degrees is 67 degrees. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. 68.9 plus x must be 90 degrees, which is possible, right? So if we subtract 68.9 from each side, so let's put a 0 here, then from here x will be 21.1 degrees. Okay, and then let's find the supplement of this angle. 68.9 plus y must be 180 degrees. So let's subtract 68.9 again from both sides. And don't forget to put 0. We are subtracting decimals. And from here, y will be 111.1 degrees. So supplement of 68.9 degrees is 111.1 degrees. Well done. Let's move on to the next question. So I mentioned adjacent angles when I was explaining supplementary and complementary angles. Let's look at the definition of adjacent angles in details now. Adjacent angles have a common side and vertex, but no common interior points. So in this case, please look at two figures. Angles 1 and 2 are adjacent because they have the same vertex here and share a side, which is this one. Okay, so this is shared. And but they do not overlap. Angles 3 and 4 do not have the same vertex. So vertex for angle 3 is here, and vertex for angle 4 is here. So they don't have common one. They have two separate ones. That's why we are going to say angle 2 and 1 or angle 1 and 2, they are adjacent angles. However, angle 3 and 4 are not adjacent angles. Again, adjacent angles must have a common side and vertex, but no common interior points. Okay, let's move on. Question number 9. Two angles are complementary. One measures 2x degrees and the other measures 48 degrees. A. Draw a pair of adjacent complementary angles and label them using the given information. Okay, let's do that. So we have to have it adjacent. And let's call this 48 degrees. And let's call this 2x degrees. Okay. B. Write an equation to show the relationship between the two angles and solve for the value of x. Okay, let's create the equation here. So 2x plus 48 must be 90. You can use degrees symbol here, or you can just drop them for now and you can add it at the end. So from here, subtract 48 from both sides, and 2x will be 42. If you divide both sides by 2, x will be 21 from here. Okay, or you can say 21 degrees as well. So from here it says find a measure of both angles. So the first angle is, we already know the second one, that's 48, right? Because it's already given right here. So we're just going to find the second angle really. So 2x means 2 times 21. From here, it is going to be 42 degrees. Okay, so that's our second angle. And the first one was 48 degrees. It's already there. Okay, well done. Let's move on to the next question. Two angles are supplementary. One angle measures 3x degrees and the other measures 123 degrees. Draw a pair of adjacent supplementary angles and label them using the given information. Okay, let's do that. If they're adjacent, that means it's going to be a straight line. And should be, let's call this 3x degrees. And let's call this 123 degrees. Next, it says write an equation to show the relationship between the two angles. Solve the equation for x. So the equation should be, when you add them, the sum should be 180 degrees. Okay, let's subtract 123 from both sides. Solve it like a regular two-step equation. And from here, 3x will be, let's see, 180 minus 123 will be 57. And then if you divide both sides by 3, x will be 19. Okay. And then next we have to find both angles. We already know the first angle, right? So our first angle already the given. It's 123 degrees. And let's find the second angle, which is 3x. So 3x degrees will be 3 times 19, which will be 57 degrees. Here's our second angle. Okay, well done. Let's move on to the last question. Angle ZTS and angle NRQ are supplementary. Measure of angle ZTS is 5x minus 3 degrees. and measure of angle NRQ is 2x plus 1 degrees. Find the measure of each angle. We have very important information here that I would like to highlight first. So angle ZTS and angle NRQ are supplementary. If they are supplementary, the sum of these two angles must be 180 degrees. Let's go ahead and start writing the equation. So measure of angle ZTS plus measure of angle NRQ is 180 degrees. Then we can create the equation now. Let's substitute 5x minus 3 degrees for measure of angle ZTS and 2x plus 1 degrees for measure of angle NRQ. Okay, then let's get rid of that parenthesis because we don't need it since it's plus sign here. So 5x minus 3 plus 2x plus 1 is 180. Now let's combine like terms. So we're going to solve it like we're solving multi-step equation. So 5x plus 2x will be 7x. And negative 3 plus positive 1 will be negative 2. Let's add 2 to both sides of the equation to isolate 7x. So from here, 7x will be 182. If we divide both sides of the equation by 7, x will be from here 26. If x is 26, we can find each angle. So measure of angle ZTS was 5x minus 3 degrees. So we can just plug it in. 5 times 26 minus 3 degrees, which will be 5 times 26 minus 3 will be 127 degrees. So measure of angle ZTS will be 127 degrees. You can plug in 26 for also 2x plus 1. However, you can also subtract 127 from 180 from 180. You can get the same answer. Okay, let's go ahead, write measure of angle NRQ is 2x plus 1 degrees, and then from here 2 times 26 plus 1 will give you 52 plus 1, which is 53 degrees. So measure of angle NRQ will be 53 degrees. Okay, great job. Okay, have a wonderful day.